And we're back. This is a very unique gun. It's the H&K G11, all polymer. I'll say the receiver is insanely complicated. There's a really fantastic weapon breakdown of this weapon on Forgotten Weapons website, YouTube channel by Ian McCullen. But you might be noticing that looks a little weird for a bullet. That's because you're right. It's a 50-round stick mag. All of that, like that, excuse me. All of that is primer and gunpowder fused into a case. The bullet is pressed down inside of there. This is a caseless round, a caseless gun. There is no ejection port, if you notice. That's for an attachment later on. Actually, just one of the takedown levers. That, I tell you what, that does open up, like if there's a jam or something, you can twist this. It doesn't work. But it's caseless. Watch. Nothing coming out. No spent casing. It's also very unique in that it has safe single, a 3-round hyperburst. That's actually 3 rounds at once being fired. 3 rounds being fired at once. The idea was to take like the 3-round burst idea from. Oh, that's my wall. From hold on. There we go. It also has full auto, which you notice is a little bit smaller rate of fire. Get in there. Oh. Let's walk and talk. The idea behind the 3-round hyperburst was the 3-round burst of an M16. They like that idea because they noticed. They noticed that targets rarely presented their full body out of cover as a target. So the idea was that a 3-round hyperburst had a better chance of hitting than a full auto burst. Oh. Unfortunately, the sight on this thing kind of sucks dick. So while this is a very unique gun, and I think it's, a specialized 4.92 millimeter, kind of a precursor to the 5.7 that the P90 and the F5.7 use. So, yeah, it's kind of a precursor to the 5.7 round, and because of that, it is great at defeating armor. Now, this very nearly got adopted by the German army as their standard infantry rifle. Ian's video over on Forgotten Weapons does a lot is a lot better at explaining this than I do. Partially because he knows more about it. And he's also not, you know, being fired at while he's trying to talk. Once again, you fucking hot dog, I am trying to educate people. I mean, this wouldn't have been a bad weapon, I think, with a few more revisions, like ditch that so you could put attachments like that. I mean, a 50-round magazine is fucking outstanding. I mean, and look how small they are compared to like a normal Stanag magazine. You can fit a lot more ammunition in the same space it would take for the regular 5.56 weapons. But this ended up not becoming it, obviously, because the receiver is insanely complicated. Well, and also because of politics, because right before the adoption of this weapon actually was adopted, but it was never officially, I guess, produced in significant numbers, because in between when it was adopted after its trials, and when it went into mass production, the Soviet Union fell. So all of a sudden, I mean, this was when Germany was split between East and West. So when East Germany fell and was reunified with West Germany, you know, suddenly they had all these stockpiles of. So I'm like, what the fuck are all the sticks? I know what those sticks are. Shit. Suddenly, West Germany found itself with a massive surplus of guns, AK variants, and you know all that fun shit that East Germany had been stockpiling for years in anticipation of the Cold War going hot. Thankfully, that never happened. Otherwise, oh man, who really knows what the face of the planet would look like? That might have gone nuclear. I kind of doubt it would have, but I mean, fuck. That's a little terrifying to think of. But, what the fuck you doing there? So, yeah, in between when this got adopted and when it went into mass production, I mean, what the fuck are you? Yeah, so they had all these guns that they didn't really have a use for. There wasn't really need for a new infantry rifle because all of a sudden, hey, World War III was no longer a massive concern. And they ended up taking a couple more years to redesign. That's about when NATO adopted the 5.56 cartridge. And they ended up developing a weapon around that. And that became the G36. And that is currently the infantry weapon of choice. I'd like to see this come back. I think there's a definite case for... Hold on, I have the murder. I think that a definite call for a caseless weapon nowadays. Shit. I believe the U.S. did buy a couple of these for use in special operations. Because, you know, you've got a weapon that leaves... Oh shit, I'm stuck. Yeah, you've got a weapon that literally leaves no trace that it was ever fired in a particular location. Look. Again. Oh, I can't eject one. Yeah, you got a weapon that there's no indication that you ever fired it. It doesn't leave cases around as evidence. There's nothing to find. Ooh, oh shit. I first encountered this rifle in the old Delta Force games. And I thought it was fucking awesome back then. I still think it's awesome now. Oh yeah, the sight. Kind of garbage to use. Which is why I think this could have gone with a couple more improvements. The reason you have to twist that dial for the bolt instead of just racking something like you would on that is because the bolt and actual firing mechanism is shaped kind of like a stopwatch is the best comparison I can think of. Seriously, go watch Ian's video on this thing. It's fucking awesome. There were a couple other guns that tried, different types of ammunition like this, like solid, I guess, for lack of a better term, solid state ammunition. Instead of like the traditional powder and primer. One that comes to mind is the gyrojet, which actually if you used, it's like a rocket pistol. Which sounds badass, but it just was terribly inaccurate. It's stupidly expensive because there's just literally a rocket motor built into every bullet. Oof. But yeah. This is an absolute legendary gun, and I love it so much. Again, I'm using that 3-round hyperburst. Because this ammo is great at defeating armor, that auto is just a little too slow for it. And you've got those 3 rounds literally hitting in rapid succession. Oh, I like your Uzi. I guess in the hyperburst mode it's relatively accurate. So I can kind of one-hand you. From what I understand, this weapon was relatively light too. Because it was mostly polymer, just like the G36 ended up being. I like that design of the magazine. I don't know why. I mean, everything about this screams futuristic. And it is. This thing looks like it's a fucking sci-fi gun. I think it actually showed up in a couple of movies. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure it's been in at least 1 or 2. It's just a fantastic little combat rifle. Or prototype that never really went anywhere. I actually didn't even know it was in this game. That's right. Explode. Supposedly when they rework this map, they're reworking everything so you don't have to travel halfway across the map every time you get to a different supply point. Which I think will be good. Getting in there. That's the only other bad thing about it. It's a little hard to reload. Well, in VR at least. I'm sure it's a little bit easier in real life. Okay. Shit. Are you fucking mocking me? Damn it. I'll use you. It's 12 o'clock. I kind of need to leave now. Tell you what. There we go. Okay. I'm sorry to kind of cut this short, but I can't miss this event. My sister is moving to England, and today is her going away party. No, it's too full auto. I think it's a 2x scope. I like that 3-round hyperburst. I think I just like saying hyperburst. Just change hands? Bad hot dog. Oh yeah, my controllers are about to die anyway. Little golden hot dog. Ah. No, I was gonna try to catch it. Yeah, since that sight's garbage, I'm mostly just holding it up close and just kind of sighting along the right side of it. And I'm not doing too bad for hip fire. Again, I always end up in that fucking corner. Okay. Itch. I hate when I get an itch under the headset on this thing. Super annoying. Getting close. Yeah, they're starting to lose tracking. Because the batteries are getting low on the controllers. I thought I saw one of your buddies come this way. I guess since I am that low, I shouldn't showboat any. Yeah, the reciprocated magazine's a little bit of an odd choice, I think. I don't know where they go when I'm twisting it like that, since there's no ejection port. Nope. This might be the last stand, so we'll make sure I use the right equipment. Keep that head on a swivel. I'm gonna be pissed if this isn't recording again. But I'm pretty sure it is. Check real quick. Yeah, it is. Ah. Just because I need to go doesn't mean I'm going to make it easy for him. I have to work for this in hot dogs. Wow. You're a terrible shot. Get your hot dog bit away from me. Couch. So when I glance down like that suddenly, I guess it's popping up in my overlay telling me that one of my friends is playing on Steam is playing a game. Wow, what the fuck was that? I think we're doing good. Haven't taken a hit. I guess this game keeps crashing. He keeps playing the same, loading the same one. Ah! Ah, almost fell. I am maybe wondering why I'm not crouching and shit and taking cover all that often. My knees are fucking killing me. Shit. This getting old bullshit sucks. Got like 2 hits left. I'm glad these things don't bleed ketchup. Ooh. All right. Let's hit up that supply point and go on. I think this sight, this red dot sight, is supposed to be for a pistol, but I'm making it work for me. Ah! Damn, that was a good run. Thanks for watching.